Alright, so you've heard of a compliment sandwich before? That's pretty much how we're going to structure this video. I've got some great news, I've got some not so great news, and I've got some more great news. You got it? Okay, let's do it. Most of my discussion today is going to pertain to the Bedrock version of Askew, but Java folks, I have a treat for you. I have a treat. Speaking of which, if you haven't heard, Askew's on Bedrock, officially, and for real. I've been working very hard at Cyclone Studios, and I can't believe I'm finally able to say that it's been out for like a month or two at this point. It is a huge relief to be working with a studio with integrity at the forefront of their minds. There is a dark and not too far timeline where Askew got released alongside an AI-generated Hello Neighbor Among Us add-on. That's not hyperbole enough. I spent a long time trying to get vibrant visuals just right with Askew. If you've played Java before, you'll notice the blue shadow thing is trying to be recreated here with the vibrant visual settings. But since this is a full built-in shader, I got to go even harder than I did with Java. The materials on each block are all made by hand and are considerably less subtle than in vanilla. This is partially because I saw some people just not know that vanilla had custom materials, and also because I think Askew is like fake and plasticky. I like to imagine that all of the materials in Askew are made of the same stuff as in vanilla, but like 30% worse. I think it looks pretty good, and it's coming along with a bunch of texture changes, just to nail down an art style instead of doing whatever I wanted. Which means that now all ground foliage is going to adapt to seasons, which is pretty fun. Before it was just the leaves of the trees, then I changed it to also do the grass, and now I've changed it to just everything that could be changed by seasons reasonably is now changed by seasons. Except for moss. Do y'all want me to change moss with seasons? That doesn't make any sense, but sometimes people build with leaves and moss. I might. If enough people want that, I might do that. Speaking of textures, this is the not as good part. The number one thing that I've been asked since Askew Bedrock has come out is for some way to play without the textures and have a sound-only experience. Askew is very strange. The textures are all 14 by 14 instead of 16 by 16, which, if you can imagine, leads to some big compatibility issues down the road. I'm gonna level with you because I think you can take it. This is possible. It's easy, even. It would take an afternoon to put it together. But there's no way for me to put a sound-only resource pack on the marketplace, even if I wanted to charge you for it. Microsoft requires all packs on the marketplace to be full texture overhauls, which makes sense. There's actually very few packs with the audio tag in the marketplace. There's one. It's just Askew. But there's another option. Some of you are screaming and shouting at your screens. What about subpacks? And that's valid. If you're not in the loop, subpacks are just another resource pack that can be placed on top of the base resource pack. As you can see, this was made with the intention of changing resolution for HD packs. So if your KFC point of sale machine can't handle 128x, you could switch it to 64 or 32. In order for that to work, though, the developers had to make it so that a sub pack could just do all the same stuff that a resource pack could do, which, if you think about it, makes this feature really deep. I need you to sit on it for a moment. Think about the possibilities of having multiple resource packs in one resource pack. It's like limited. It's crazy. It's cool. Well, okay. There's a couple limits. One is from Microsoft. I can't duplicate files. I can't have the same file in multiple subpacks or just the same file anywhere. And another is just how they work. I can't take things out of the base pack with a subpack. So anything that's in the base pack is going to permeate through all additional subpacks put on top of it. Just like how normal resource packs work in the list, you know? So that means in order to do a sound-only subpack, I would need to have all of the sounds and music in the base pack and then have all of the textures in only one subpack. That way you could switch between two options. One of them would have textures and the other one would just have the base of the pack permeate up through it so that it would just be sound. If I put textures on the bottom when it's gonna break, I can't I think you understand, okay? You understand. I've decided you understand. I've decided you understand. You might notice I'm talking hypothetically. I didn't do it. I had a tough decision to make. I need you to believe me. I had a tough decision to make. Subpacks have near limitless potential, and we've just recently been able to use them for more than resolution. The creativity possible here is immense. There is so much. But if I do a sound-only subpack, it locks away all of the textures and all of the models and all of the fun stuff that makes Askew, apart from the sound, which we put in the title. Don't think about that. And I can't duplicate files, and I can't get rid of files from the base one. Not to mention, some resource packs, yeah, that one, have their own sound code files, so some things are gonna break, and I'm not gonna be able to fix them. Like, it's not gonna be possible for me to fix them. So the options here were to A, delete a bunch of stuff from Askew, making other packs work with it better, but still not perfectly. Or B, add a bunch of new stuff while doubling down on incompatibility. And if we're honest here, I'm trying to please a lot of different people, and if I have to choose between the folks who want to use Askew as a side dish over the people who want to use Askew as a main course, I'm gonna choose main course. I'm sorry. It's also worth noting that maybe there is a solution that I just don't know about. I'm still the only guy making Askew. Cyclone helps with optimization and QA testing, but the actual creation of the pack, all the stuff in the pack, and making it work, that's still just me. And I don't know what I don't know. So, I'm putting down a $100 bounty. If you can find a way to do a sound-only subpack while letting me keep my textures for other subpacks without duplicating files, email me and I'll give you $100. Here's a list of actual rules in case I forget to say some out loud. I hope that this proves, though, that yes, I am a stupid little art nerd who wants his stupid little art to be experienced in a stupid little way. I'm not above compromise. This isn't so much a no as it is I had to make a choice, and I chose the thing that would give y'all more fun stuff to play with. Okay? Let's go back to the great news. Speaking of compromise, and speaking of that choice, here's the first subpack. This is Askew Pacified. This probably won't help with compatibility, but it's going to be a big relief for some of the folks who aren't ready to completely upend their playstyle for Askew. We were just looking at the Askew vibrant visuals, and I bet some of you were thinking, wow, I'm not super into that. I kind of wish they stuck closer to what Vanilla was doing. Here you go. There's tons of small changes in here, made with the intent of pulling more punches than Askew Standard does, like pacified items, pacified blocks, and I think most fun, pacified mods, which get their own custom Askewed sounds to closer match the vanilla. I got carried away. This also throws out seasons in favor of the original biome palettes from vanilla. I saw some people wanted that, so there you go. The UI is also completely overhauled, which I've had some friends ask why I picked these particular colors if I'm trying to neutralize things. And the brown is the orange from the Askew UI darkened, and the green is the Bedrock green made more vibrant, which is fun. It's a very literal compromise, and it makes this nice earthy palette, I think. Askew's music is still plenty weird, so I decided to water it down by making it so that every single song from Askew and Vanilla can play completely at random. There's no randomness preferences either, like there is in regular Bedrock. It's just every single legacy Minecraft song, every single modern Minecraft song, every Askew Album 1 song, and every Askew Album 2 song. All of them have an exact equal chance of playing. Except for the Nether. The Nether intentionally has songs that are weighted differently because they're supposed to play in each biome. So it's like that, but it's fair. You gotta believe me, it's fair. I made it fair. And I think most importantly, the volumes... I have to go on a tangent or I'll explode. For some reason, all of the C418 music in Bedrock is crazy quiet. Minecraft has a volume property in its sound code, which it can apply to any sound in the whole game, including the music, which is smart, because the legacy Minecraft music was made with a different audience in mind than the modern Minecraft music. 1 is the audio of the actual file, and 0 is silent. You can think of it like the volume slider on your computer. 0.8 is 80%, 0.5, 50%, 0.2, 20%, right? These are 2 random tracks from Minecraft's files. One is Creative 4, or Aria Math by C418, and the other is Crescent Dunes by Aaron Sharoff, okay? So you can see here that Crescent Dunes is visibly louder than Creative 4, right? Yes, I know loudness is perceptual, but for this example, you gotta trust me, this is fine. So this is a good opportunity to use the volume code to bring them closer together, make sure that they're a similar volume so that people don't have to turn their games up and down just to enjoy each track, right? So they did, they turned down Crescent Dunes 60%, so now it's at 40%. Good, now it'll be closer to matching the Creative 4 track. This is how you're supposed to do this. They also turned down the creative track. 90%! They turned it down 90%! This one was already quieter than the other one! How does it make sense to turn it down 90%? It's now at 10% volume. And I know, it might seem like it's just one example of this, but this is every single legacy Minecraft song. This song, Nuance 1, has been cut down to 30%. This is what that song waveform looks like, normally, without any changes. The absolute most they ever cut down any modern Minecraft music is 50 or 40%. And that music is fighting for loudness on streaming services. The legacy Minecraft music is already extremely quiet, and they're still turning it down 70, 80, 90%. All of the creative tracks, they just put a blanket over it and said, these are all getting cut 90%. And that's the best ones! Those are the best ones! I don't think this is I don't think this is a conspiracy, to be clear. I think this is just a programmer putting in program with program here and not a music one. I don't think that this is malicious. I think it's ignorance. It is weird, though, that the legacy tracks are being turned down so tremendously, where the modern ones, which are fighting for loudness on streaming services, are getting turned down comparatively so little. Askew Pacified fixes this! Hooray! I can't just hit loudness match on all these tracks because Askew's not actually modifying the in-game tracks. It's just using the volume code. So I went one by one by ear, and I used the volume code to make it so that the loudest part of every song is the same as the loudest part in Minecraft Askew's Lilith. And I'm human. If you think some of these songs are too quiet or too loud, you can email me about that too. I love emails, I guess. Okay, last cool detail about this subpack, then we'll move on to the next one. Pacified will play the 4 C418 menu tracks, the 4 Askew menu tracks, 4 random songs from Addendum, because, cool parallel there. And I've noticed that Minecraft has had 4 new composers come in since they've begun adding new music. Kumi Tanioka, Lena Rain, Aaron Sharoff, and Amos Roddy. So the Pacified menu plays one of each. That way there's 4 to match the 4 from all the other ones. I picked my favorite track that each of them have made because it's my Askew and I get to pick the Pacified subpack menu music. Okay? Okay, we are 14 minutes and 33 seconds into a glorified patch notes video, but I got one more thing for you. I'm so excited. I mentioned earlier that I'm trying to please a lot of different people here. One of which I think maybe get Askew the most. They might say the vibrant visuals and the new textures are too pretty. Askew is supposed to be ugly programmer art, or that, you know, pacified spits in the face of the whole concept of Askew. It's dulling the sparkle. And I think maybe that's valid, you know? I walked into Askew with weirdness at the tip of my toe, and maybe in trying to please a more normal audience, I've taken a step back from that. But, you know, maybe a step back isn't always such a bad thing. This is the second subpack, Askew Classic. Finally, you can play Askew while squinting. If it isn't clear, because some of you were born 6 months ago, this is emulating the look of very, very early versions of Minecraft. This is a fun, like, what-if scenario for what Minecraft Alpha would look like in the universe where Askew came from, you know? Where Pacified came in and made things more normal. Classic is here to be loud and obnoxious in ways that I would never get away with in Standard. Once again, we've got another UI overhaul. This one is just mimicking the classic Java gray and blue, but, you know, with some more color. That's color. That's how you represent color. Just to make it feel more intentional. And once again, this subpack changes a bunch of blocks, items, mobs, just to bring them closer to how they might have looked in previous Minecraft versions. So the ores lose their unique shapes, the pigment heads are square again, the bricks and the cobblestone are super high contrast, and the netherrack looks like that. I got carried away, because of course I did. I can't be trusted. Not only are there changes to a bunch of, you know, classic imagery, I also made fake old Minecraft sounds. Ooh. Ooh. I suspect one of the reasons that the classic ooh sound was taken out of the game is because, you know, that's a very masculine sound, and any gender can play Minecraft. So I got a bunch of different genders to do classic ooh sounds. I also got people who helped make some Askew songs. I had them record oohs as well. Ooh, 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 ah, ooh, 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 and the dog whimper. For music, this pack only plays songs from the original Askew album, because you get it, you get it. But I feel bad for making a subpack and taking things away. So, unused Askew music fans, rejoice! There's just a selection of unused music in this subpack as well. I made a showcase album on this channel a while ago to show some of the unused music, and I've just taken a selection from there and just drag and dropped them into the subpack. But also, I got carried away again, and I remastered 2 of those tracks. I just wanted to do it. And also, there's unused music from Askew's second album in here too, which has never been heard before. So, just a bunch of crap. Okay, that's gonna do it for now. There's so much I didn't get to talk about, by the way. There's 5 new addendum tracks. There's a bunch of sound rebalancing. People thought the villagers were gonna drop their diamond tools for some reason. So now they hold emerald tools. It's pretty fun, think about it. I refactored all the music discs to avoid that weird vanilla duration mandated cutoff thing. Now they're in weird spots, but you can hear those music discs, so whatever. I promised a treat for the Java people at the end of this video, and here it is. An update. Finally! It's been so long. Optifine right now is pretty caught up with the current game drop system. I'm sure it's been murder. I imagine they have to build it from the ground up, like, every time. And there's game drops, like, every couple of months now. So long as Mounts of Mayhem doesn't come out, like, 4 days before this goes live. I made that joke hoping I could just cut it out of the video. But this update and this video have been complete for like 3 months now. And it's just now coming out. It's a combination of this just is slow, normally, and I added too much stuff. I added a lot. I added too much stuff. Don't leave. Don't leave yet. I have more things that crossed my mind since then. First, Askew's music is still 100% royalty free. I wasn't going to release this unless that was the case, even though it's part of all this. It would have really sucked if that didn't happen, because people are already using it for stuff. So I'd be like, oh, I changed my mind. You can't use it anymore. But it is still royalty free, and I figured that should be said out loud. Second, Askew Java relies pretty heavily on something called Optifine, which means if things are broken on their end, they're gonna break for Askew. And if by the time this video releases, I still don't know, Optifine still isn't up to date, then I'd recommend a combination of ETF, entity texture features, and EMF, entity model features, just to get the mobs working nice. Everything else is pretty much optional, but I'd still recommend it, but those two mods make Askew playable without Optifine. Lastly, you should subscribe. Did you know that only 2 people watching this video are subscribed? Wow. And I guess hype it? There's no way this feature makes it, right? I don't know how else to put it. There's no way the feature makes it, right? I want to say so much more, but I literally have to shut up and let you find all the cool stuff yourself. There's quite a few Bedrock exclusive secrets and other weird things that are not in Java. I really want people to stumble across them organically, and like with Java, you could just go snooping through the files, but Bedrock has like weird marketplace obfuscation, which I don't super agree with as a consumer, but it gives me an opportunity. I love turning obstacles into opportunities, which is, I think that's kind of fun. I think it's kind of fun. I'm still gonna add them to Java, the ones that work with Java, but I'm gonna wait until a few folks find them themselves, because I think that's really fun. You can tag me on Tumblr or Blue Sky or here on YouTube, and I'll probably let you know if you're the first to find it. Thank you so much for your support. I'm overjoyed that I'm able to bring y'all cool stuff. I hope you can tell that I'm excited. I'm really excited. And thank you for watching. I'll catch you later.